South Africa's ranking has declined over the last decade from 132 on the list to 98 out of 178 countries, reflected by what the report calls severe economic challenges, while also pointing to a dangerous fragmentation in the population as a whole, as well as the country's leadership. The higher the ranking, the more stable the country, and as the colour palette behind me demonstrates, blue being the best and red being the worst. So countries with a cooler colour analysis, so blue for example, tend to be more sustainable, tend to be more stable. Countries then that have darker colours tend to have greater fragility, greater instability, indicated by the red on the chart. So if we were to look, for example, at the map, Australia is blue in an indication of stability. Mongolia is green, an indication of stability. But then when you hit Africa, you see South Africa has a yellow palette, which indicates a warning color on this index. And as you go north into sub-Saharan Africa, greater fragility, greater instability there. The report's analysis of South Africa also questions steps taken to boost the country's economy, criticizing sharply the decision by President Jacob Zuma to fire a widely respected finance minister. It notes the introduction of radical economic transformation, including land distribution, but warns that the policy worryingly echoes the past experience of Zimbabwe. It also points to pervasive racial divides wherein stark economic disparities persist. The analysis says the country is facing a leadership crisis, warning that South Africa was once a great hope for the continent and that its decline should cause alarm both within the country and also regionally. Meanwhile, the United States ranks as the 13th most worsened state of the year, mainly over political divisions, but remains at a strong 158th. Ethiopia, Mexico and Turkey are the most worsened countries in terms of fragility since 2016, followed by Brazil, the Gambia and South Africa. South Sudan is the most fragile state at number 1 on this list. Syria is at 6th, the DRC at 7th, Zimbabwe at 13th. Bryce-Pease, SABC News, New York.